Welcome to week 8, the special apocalypse version of ICT 4005, day before national elections, mobility and e-business. And welcome, and I just want to encourage you to keep your powder dry this week. Make sure you go out and vote if you haven't already. Remember, your right to complain about the government is contingent upon your voting for someone. And I'll pass along the wisdom from, I think it was Mark Twain who said, always vote the incumbents out. It takes the new people 6 months to learn how to steal. So with that, I just want to encourage you. And by the way, never listen to a college professor on his or her opinions about politics. I remember taking a final exam at Wharton right before the elections in 1999, and my professor was a brilliant guy in quants and derivatives and all this kind of stuff. And he said he used to work at Lucent, and at that point, which Lucent's been acquired, but at that point Lucent stock had gone up to 32, and he said Lucent will go to 200 and Al Gore will be elected president. Well, Lucent went to 6 and Al Gore went to 2nd. And so whatever you do, don't believe a college president. All right, let's talk about our agenda. I think I want to just talk about the group assignments, not for a great period of time, but we learned some things there. We'll take a quick look at week 8 and the assignments. Bit of a break this week. You had a little bit of a crunch last week, so a bit of a break this week. With respect to the groups, it seemed that some of your groups worked great. You had film in the can, as they said, shot and ready to go and edit before the week was out. Good for you. Your weekends were spent. It was a wonderful weekend, at least in the Rocky Mountain West, and you had an enjoyable time. Some of you ignored the assignment or thought that the passing of time would make things better and had to scramble at the last minute. I passed along some rules for how I treat people who don't participate, not to scare anyone, but just to let you know what the standards are. I'm glad to hear that, finally folks got together and yanked it out. This happens way too much at work and way too much at school. And part of school and the group assignments is to work with situations where people have difficulties. And some of the difficulties are real. Some of them are just, hey, I got work that's more important right now. And so remember Professor Bauer's words of wisdom. Bad news does not improve with age. You got a family matter, got a job crunch, audit, whatever. Let your classmates know. There'll be a time where they may need you to be a little bit more merciful. So enough said, and let's drive on. This week, we are looking at mobile computing, mobility. We're also, as a side to that, looking at e-business. Think of how much business you do on your smartphone. I couldn't bank without it. All my checks are scanned. All the millions of dollars that I make, I can process through right anywhere. And bank, the idea of actually going to a bank is becoming pretty passé. So this week, a lot of great readings, 3 or 4. There's a couple of lectures, some slide decks. Just walk through that and be ready and be prepared to answer the discussion questions. Remember, because there's no written assignment, no Zoom room this week, we'll have plenty to come in weeks to come. Remember, this is week 8. 2 more weeks of watching Professor Bauer's boring videos. Gosh, you should get a check for that. Check with, your personal injury lawyers. But just seriously, I hope all of you keep your powder dry this week. There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, a lot of frenzied people running around, and just keep cool. Our nation was built for these kinds of challenges, so just hang in there. Have a great week this week. Bye-bye now.